It's kind of interesting how you can find back doors into what drives earnings. Which company might have benefited the most from that fumbled play in Game 1 of the NBA Finals? One's taking credit.
There were 72,000 tweets per minute at the end of Game 1 of the NBA Finals when J.R. Smith dribbled out the clock instead of taking a shot.
A stupendous number of tweets in an NBA game does not translate into stock gains. Twitter is getting hammered at this hour. In fact, all day long. The microblogger down nearly 20%, posting a decline in user growth despite the company showing a third consecutive quarterly profit. Let's bring in a Fox Business exclusive with Wedbush Securities Managing Director Michael Pachter. What happened? I mean, Twitter is getting hit today, and all because what? It tried to clean up all of the purge, tried to purge some of these fake users?
Well, obviously, that's weighing on the stock. You know, the lack of growth, as you pointed out in the June quarter, really didn't have anything to do with the purge. The big purge was last November. The CFO tweeted at the time a couple months ago that didn't have an impact on users. Those were dormant accounts. The most recent purge was in July, and they actually said in their earnings letter, and this is why the stock's down, we expect mid-single-digit millions of MAU decline in this quarter. So they're not growing. I lost 2% of my followers, so I'm just going to assume that's the proxy for what they actually purged, which is 7 million people. And if they purge 7 million and they're not getting any of them back, then they are not growing. And investors don't want to pay for, for stable, flat earnings forever. So we have to now count on advertisers warming up to the service, deciding they want to be on Twitter. And frankly, advertisers don't understand Twitter. So Twitter has to do a far better job of explaining the value proposition to advertisers. Their revenue isn't growing fast enough to get any investors excited, and the stock took a hit because of that.
What surprises me is they can't get this right. Dick Costolo, the first major CEO, and now Jack Dorsey, why can they not explain this better to advertisers when the President of the United States is constantly using it? If you want to be up to date on exactly what he's thinking, just follow him on Twitter, and they can't seem to monetize that. What's the best metric for an investor or a potential investor to be watching? And by the way, when you throw out MAU, that's monthly active users, daily active users. Which one are you watching the most closely?
Well, the company doesn't disclose DAU, so it's really annoying that they keep talking about the percentage growth in DAU, but they won't give you the underlying number. And the fact is the number's less than 50% of their total monthly active users, so not an impressive number at all. I mean, Facebook's more at like 70%. These guys are really not that impressive in daily active. They're not focused on new users. So I think user growth is the most important metric. I think if management would focus on people who don't use the service and try to convince them they should be there because they would know about breaking news on Fox Business News, then I think that, well, then you would start to see them grow. And yet none of us do a very good job of promoting the site to our followers. You know, our followers on Twitter, yes. Our non-followers, nobody who's off Twitter knows that I'm on Twitter, nor do they care.
Well, so you're at Michael Pachter, and I'm at Liz Klayman. We show this on the screen, but I have to point out the stock, though. This was, within the past 52 weeks, a $15 and change stock, so it's had a really nice run-up on what, Michael? Clearly they were doing something right where people like this.
Well, they had seen several quarters of revenue decline year over year, and they finally turned the corner, and we saw revenues grow. So, of course, investors extrapolate the two most recent data points and then assume that's going to continue forever. That stalled, and that's why the stock this quarter got hit. It's going to stall again next quarter. So, really, they guided consecutively to flat revenue, and that's not exciting.
Does anybody buy this thing? And they had their moment because this was $15. Now it's way more expensive with the price to earnings ratio of, 115. I mean, it's really ridiculously crazy. But I keep hearing about Slack. And Slack is this aggregator where you put everything together, all your messaging systems. And Slack made 2 acquisitions recently. Is this the next hot thing? And I don't know if they'd even have the money to buy something as big as Twitter. But who picks up Twitter?
Slack doesn't have the money, and the only company that I think actually has a strategic reason for owning them is Facebook. I mean, I think Facebook would love to have this type of a service. They really don't have an analogy to it, and I think it makes perfect sense. I could see somebody like Google deciding they want to be bigger and maybe spending the money. But then again, I never would have called Microsoft and LinkedIn. So you never know. Maybe Microsoft decides they want this, but it has to be a company on that scale. It's not going to be a media company. It's not going to be Disney. It's not going to be AT&T. So, it's got to be one of the social media guys or one of the cloud guys that has a lot of cash and is looking for an entry into this type of a platform.
So let's say your grandma or your mom says, Michael, should I buy Twitter right now on this dip? What do you say?
Liz, look how old I am. So I'm an orphan, and my grandparents died about 30 years ago.
Mine too.
I think it's not for the faint of heart. I don't think this is a widows and orphans stock. I think that you're taking a bet at $35 whether this thing really goes up or goes down. And I think with a half-time CEO, it's going to be a challenge. He does not seem to think they need to change anything. I think the way Twitter becomes valuable is if they start focusing on people who aren't using the service right now and try to attract new users, and they're not doing that.
Well, we keep asking for interviews. Maybe we'll ask again. I hope they come on. Jack's always welcome here. Hey, great to see you, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz.
Michael Pachter.